All right, everybody, what's going on? It's Thundershot. We are voting on the Game Awards. We were trying to get this up and running before the Game Awards actually drop in 2 days. They come out. I actually put this off longer than I normally do. But I'm starting at the last category, the 31st category. We're working our way up to Game of the Year. So we're going to start with like the more low-end stuff, and then it'll progressively get like more and more important awards as we go backwards. Basically, I don't want to start at the top. This is actually a hard one for me because best esport event, recognize an event across the globe. I pick League of Legends every single year because I'm a League player, but also I play League off and on. I'm not like a League player. I haven't played League in a while. But I watch the LCS every year, and it's very, very, very difficult not to pick the League of Legends World Championship for me. However, I did go to EVO this year. Did I actually stay in and watch any fights? I watched one of Lotus sets once, okay? Outside of that, I was drinking a lot. And I went to the pool, and I was in Las Vegas a bunch. So, given my experience with EVO itself, coupled with the fact that I was in Las Vegas, I'm actually going to pick EVO for this one. I had a fucking blast. Balvin had a penthouse. We were fucking vibing. We got that killer photo shoot that Lotus did, and then I got to watch Lotus do a set, which was cool. What I regret is I never actually entered this room. I didn't think I would be into the fighting stuff much. Why is my YouTube video lagging? I'm hardwired in. Hold on. Sorry, we're trying to get the tunes back up and running. There we go. I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, it was a Vegas trip. For me, it was a Vegas trip more than it was EVO. But you know what the cool part about that was? Is that we had a lot of homies go on there. What the fuck is wrong with this? Where was I? So the cool part about that is I obviously a lot of homies went to EVO. That's part of what made it so fun is like I knew like 12 plus people going. And then a lot of those people that I knew also had friends going. So I got to meet a lot of people in addition to that. Some of us were there for Vegas. Some of us were there for EVO. Some of us were just there to see friends, and everybody got to do everything. Like Lotus and Rhyme spent most of their time in Dion when he came down. Spent most of their time actually at EVO. Me, Balvin, kind of spent a lot of our time in Vegas itself. Senna and Dotto and like Barry kind of bounced back and forth between both a bunch, which was really cool. But everybody got to do what everybody wanted at EVO, and the location's obviously sick in my opinion. One thing I do regret, though, is I went there knowing I was going on a Vegas trip and I wasn't necessarily going for EVO. So other than walking the floor once or twice and then watching Lotus do his set, I wasn't really that interested in it. However, I absolutely regret not going into the arena on the last day. The arena on the last day is where all the finals take place and tickets cost extra, but the arena itself is so cool. And I never even walked in there, but Lotus was telling me about it. Senna was telling me about it. And apparently it was super, super sick. And when I go back to EVO, I'm absolutely not skipping on arena day because this whole environment looked badass. I forget what I even went out and did that day. Oh, we went to Area 15, which is also really cool. But if I go back, I'm not skipping this. So anyway, for this one, I actually went to EVO and had a really good time at picking EVO. That's what I'm trying to say. Best esports coach. Where is LS? Where is LS? He coached 3 games or 4 games and lost one of them. Where's... Nah, if I'm LS ain't on here, I don't want it. Okay? But I'm going to pick the only league coach because League of Legends eat shit. LS should have been on there, all right? If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Most of you probably don't, but if you know it, like, fucking, where is my guy LS at? Anyway, I'd have voted for him. Best esports team. I'm just going to keep Genji. I'm just going to keep picking league shit because all the other esports suck ass, all right? Also, I'm never picking Apex because no one will ever love me. Best esports athlete, where's Faker? Faker gets cheat out of this every year. Every year, it should be Faker. Also, I wouldn't mind if Chovy won. Every single year, Faker should be player of the year. And every single year, they cheat Faker out of it, except for the years that he wins. Best esports team. Where is Moist Esports at? I'd have voted for them. I'd have voted for Moist Esports over anybody. They got more than just... I think it's because they do it by individual game. So when they said Gen G, it wasn't all of Gen G. If they say Optic or 100 Thieves, it's not all of Optic or 100 Thieves. It's like Gen G specifically League. It's like 100 Thieves specifically League or Valorant or Call of Duty or whatever, right? Pretty sure I picked Faker because his name is sick as fuck. The dude is sick as fuck. What is this? For the game that has... What the fuck is this game title? For the game that has delivered the best overall esports experience to players, inclusive of tournaments, community support, and content updates, irrespective of genre or platform. This is just like best supported game, I guess. Is that what this means? I get why the title has to be so big because they're like, what is the game that is catered the most to professionals and casual players, regardless of what genre it is? I feel like I feel like League, Rocket League, and Valorant are all heavy contenders here. I'm gonna pick League because it's got me by the dick and always has. But like, I feel like League, Rocket League, and Valorant are all totally fine picks. Can't really go wrong with any of those. Most anticipated game. All right, what game we're waiting on the most? Final Fantasy, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4, Starfield, or Zelda. Okay, Zelda's winning this. I'm interested in watching other people play RE4, kind of. Don't even know what Starfield is. I think it's a game from Bethesda, Microsoft, that's been getting backed up like a million times. That like maybe it'll be something, but it's been backed up so much it feels like it might be more cyberpunk-y or No Man's Sky-y than anything. Hogwarts Legacy, not gonna lie, on the very low end, very hype, but ran by a transphobe. Don't want her winning any of that shit. Obviously, everyone's pumped for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. That's gonna win the category, but I'm actually most excited for Final Fantasy 16. That is gonna be killer. No way Zelda doesn't win this. 0% chance Zelda does not win this fucking category. However, personally, I'm a Final Fantasy 16 guy. Best adaptation. Oh, for a movie? I've seen Uncharted. It's not Uncharted. I actually haven't seen Cuphead yet. I haven't seen Cyberpunk, but I'm going to say, okay, so what's the category? Recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapted a video game to another entertainment medium. All right, this one's actually really difficult. I've seen Uncharted. The Uncharted movie is fine, all right? Didn't hate it. Not my favorite movie. I'd probably watch it again. Haven't seen Cuphead show. I'm sure it's fantastic. It actually probably should win, but I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to vote on it. Arcane, fucking killer. Arcane is a great fucking show. Absolutely fantastic. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, really good fucking movie. As far as like what you would expect from a video game movie, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, really good movie. My problem here is Cyberpunk Edge Runners. And the reason I'm not picking Cyberpunk Edge Runners, okay, is because from what I've heard, I haven't seen it, but from what I've heard, Cyberpunk Edge Runners is a very, very, very good show. Very well done, polished, finished. They knew what they wanted to do, and they did it. Okay? And that's sick. The reason I'm not picking it is because this is best adaptation. And if they wanted to properly adapt Cyberpunk, they would have had a shitty fucking anime come out where the plot didn't really know what it wanted to do, and there was 2 frames a second, and the Netflix app would frequently crash when you tried to play it, okay? That's not a good adaptation. They made a good adaptation of a very bad game, okay? I'm going to pick League of Legends. I understand I just picked League of Legends, which is also arguably a bad game, but for many different reasons. League of Legends is polished. League of Legends is well done. That's why Cyberpunk, in my opinion, there's no reasonable way Cyberpunk wins that, because it's not a good adaptation of the game, because the game sucked shit and wasn't finished, all right? If Cyberpunk came out and was dog shit, but then they like tweaked the show and they fixed it a lot over the course of a year and a half, 2 years, then maybe. I wouldn't even hate it if the Sonic movie won. I'm not gonna lie. Arcane deserves it, in my opinion, but I wouldn't even hate it if the Sonic movie won. That movie was good, and they teased my fucking boy at the end, so you know what I mean? Best debut indie game. Neon White, didn't play it, heard good things. Never heard of this. Saw Tunic on sale on PSN. Vampire Survivors, heard really good stuff about Vampire Survivors. Didn't play any of these games except Stray, so that's what I'm voting. I'm a little bitch. I have to imagine Stray wins this simply because it was the most popular of all of these. Unless it's Vampire Survivors or maybe Neon White. Have to imagine Stray wins that. Content Creator of the Year. This guy quit Twitter. This guy did nothing other than quit Twitter. Ludwig and Cutie. I don't know Carl Jacobs or this dude at all. Maybe I'm just not on that end of YouTube. It's crazy that Ludwig and Cutie Cinderella are both nominated. I haven't heard a lot from Ludwig since he left to YouTube. I'm sure he's doing great. But I know Cutie Cinderella puts on a shit ton of events. I don't watch most of them, but I know she runs a lot of events and is really good at planning shit and stuff like that. So as far as creating content goes, I think it's going to be her. But I'm not voting Nebellion because all that dude did this year was leave Twitter. So it's like, what the fuck? Is Carl Jacobs Mr. Beast? I don't think so. Well, it's doing chess boxing in a few days. All right, well, if he'd done that last month, he might have had my vote. Best multiplayer experience. For outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op, massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform. Why do they add that at the end? We know. Overwatch 2, absolutely not. Dog shit. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, absolutely not. Dog shit. Splatoon 3, what am I, 5? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, can't believe that was nominated. Wow, okay, really? I thought there would be a game on here. If there was like any game at all that I felt like remotely deserved it, I would vote for that one over Multiverses. Because I think Multiverses, if they keep their shit up and they tweak the game right and they keep doing stuff, I think Multiverses deserves this vote next year. If I'm being completely honest, I think Multiverses, if they stay on the right track and if they keep supporting the game, deserves this vote next year. But as of right now, where they're still basically in beta and just like kind of coming out with stuff, I didn't think Multiverses would be my pick. But I hate all of these other ones. Honestly, Splatoon 3 is probably fine, but I'm not 6 years old. And I didn't play this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games, and I only know 2 people who did. And I think it was Kagi and Julian, and maybe Ham. But yeah, I guess Multiverses gets it by default, just process of elimination. Splatoon probably wins that. Blizzard is a really piece of shit dog-ass company, and Overwatch 2's player base has been getting dicked over in terms of season passes and how much it costs to unlock characters and shit. So that's why I'm not doing Overwatch 2. And then I haven't heard a good thing about Call of Duty in years. I'm not going to lie. TMNT was fun, but not a multiplayer game. It's a co-op campaign. I feel like those games should be nominated. Or they should... No, it's not that they should be nominated, but there's not enough co-op games, co-op campaign games for them to get their own category. I wish there was, though. If we got like 3 decent co-op campaign games in a year... it should be a category on here, and they should be nominated 100%, because I wish co-op campaign games got more love. It's the same thing as like when multiplayer games first popped off and people sorry, I was getting caught up in chat. I feel like when multiplayer games first started popping off and people were like, oh, single player games are going to die. The single player genre is going to die, and I love the single player games. They're not doing that. If anything, single player games had a really, really heavy resurgence. In large thanks to Sony, but like you get Breath of the Wild from Nintendo and stuff like that. But we got Horizon, we got fucking Death Stranding. I love that game. We got God of War, we've gotten Ori and the Blind Forest. There's a lot of, from Microsoft, there's a lot of really good single player games that have dropped, and they made a crazy, I don't even want to say resurgence. They never really left. They kind of hibernated for a minute. But I wish we had that with co-op campaign games, because back in the day it felt like co-op campaign games were really coming into their own, and then the internet hit, and then online crazy multiplayer games became the hot thing, and co-op campaign games kind of died. It's kind of like platformers too. 3D platformers went away for a little while. I would really love to see co-op campaign games come back in full. Just shit like Army of Two. You know what I mean? Army of Two was a really good game. The one game with Takes Two or Take Two Entertainment or whatever, with the game It Takes Two, and with A Way Out. Shit like that. Those games are... I love those games. Those games are fantastic. But just more shit like that. The Streets of Rage we got, when we got that Streets of Rage remake. Any co-op campaign stuff, I got my head on for. Best esports, or best sports/racing game. First of all, huge dubs. Madden's not even nominated. Gigantic fucking dubs. They did not even nominate Madden. For a fantastic decision. Whoever's behind it, I know most of these are dog shit ass. F1, it's a racing game. Who gives a shit? FIFA, that's soccer. It's like watching grass grow while you play soccer, okay? NBA 2K23, worst fucking game I've ever played, all right? Gran Turismo 7, racing game. Who gives a shit? I don't know what this game is. You've got my vote, okay? Don't know what you are. You look independent, and you're not one of these funny fucking money-grubbing piles of shit. So you're getting my vote, pal. We're going to keep going. Elden Ring could be co-op campaign. Yeah, but it's not intentionally co-op campaign. I wouldn't count it. I wouldn't count it. Plus, Elden Ring doesn't need to be nominated for anything else. That's another conversation we're going to have here in a minute. That's another convo we're going to have here in a minute. Best sim/strategy game. Best focused on real-time turn-based simulation or strategy. I didn't play any of these. I have no real right to vote on these. If anything, I'd vote on Mario and Rabbids because I played the base Mario and Rabbids, but I'm literally not going to vote. I have no fucking idea what any of these are. Best family game. Nintendo Switch Sports, Splatoon 3, Mario & Rabbids Space, Lego Star Wars. Okay, so here's my problem. I played Nintendo Switch Sports, and I wish the menu was better. I wish the menuing and the games you could play with a certain number of people was better. If that was better, this game would have my vote in a heartbeat, but like, I remember trying to play with people online, and like navigating and doing that shit was really annoying. New Mario Rabbids is pretty good. I believe it. I didn't finish the old Mario Rabbids. I got a ways into it, but like I didn't really have a pull to finish it. But I believe it's good. It just might not be my thing. Anyway, I'm actually going to vote, well, best game appropriate for family play. I want to vote Kirby here, but Kirby wasn't really multiplayer. Like it was, but it wasn't. I'm inclined to vote Kirby. Maybe I am going to give it to Switch. I'm sure Lego killed it. Lego's been killing it for years. I'm actually sure Lego deserves this, but I didn't play it, so I can't properly vote. I guess I'll give it to Switch Sports. No Mario Party or Mario Kart. They haven't came out with a new Mario Party or Mario Kart. Superstars didn't come out this year, did it? It came out last year. And then Mario Kart hasn't been released in like 30 years. Sifu came out this year? Sifu feels like it's 3 years old. A lot's happened this year. For the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat. JoJo's Online is ass. We're not voting JoJo's. DNF might get my vote. King of Fighters, maybe. They're counting Sifu as a fighting game, even though it's not online. Interesting. Imagine how mad fighting game fans are going to be if a non-online fighting game wins this. I'm going to vote it strictly based on chaos. Because if I wasn't voting for this, I was going to vote for Multiverses, but I've heard good things about DNF Duel. So that's my order. I would vote Multiverses and or DNF Duel after that. Fighting doesn't necessarily mean PvP. Sifu being on that list is just very strange. I just want to see what happens if it wins now. Best role-playing game. Elden Ring, Let Alive, Pokemon Legends Arceus. Triangle Strategy. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. The only one of these I played was Legends Arceus. And that game was buggy with bad graphics and came out half-cooked. I don't like the idea of Game Freak winning anything here. Even though I played the fuck out of that game and had a blast on it. I can't properly say here. I played Elden Ring for like half an hour once. I watched a lot of people play Elden Ring, and I'm sure Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is fire. Didn't really see her play Live Alive. Didn't really see her play Triangle Strategy. So I'm probably going to leave that one blank because I don't deserve an opinion on this. Best action and adventure game. Plague Tale Requiem, Stray, Tunic. This is probably God of War. I'm going to vote Horizon so they get love. But I actually started and haven't finished either of these games yet. But I'm banking a lot on what I've heard people talk about online and stuff. I feel like Horizon's not going to get the love it deserves in this. So I'll probably be voting Horizon on some of this shit for that reason. Best action game. Bayonetta 3, Call of Duty LOL, Neon White, Sifu. I guess Sifu. There were so many action games. Why are these games in here? Why is COD in this? You know what I mean? I'm voting Sifu because what the fuck else am I voting for? You know what I mean? This feels weird. Like, these nominations feel weird. COD could have been replaced with something else that was a heavy hitter, and this probably would feel okay. I don't know how actiony Neon White was. Maybe that's my problem. I'm just not familiar with Neon White. Best VR/AR for the best game experience playable in virtual or augmented reality. No fucking idea, but I know they dropped Among Us VR this year, so whatever. I don't play VR. I love Forbidden West. It sucks it came out the same year as Elden Ring and Ragnarok. Yeah, it's going to get swept way under the rug. Is Genshin up for Game of the Year? That's asinine. That's insane. Innovation and accessibility. Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. Last year? Okay. So I'm obviously not like impaired. I don't have like needs that are that go off this. I'm not colorblind. I'm not like missing fingers or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I don't have any of that. But last year I voted for The Last of Us Part 2 because I saw all of The Last of Us Part 2's accessibility settings and they were crazy. They were so accommodating. And I'm going to go just based off that alone. I'm going to assume they did all that stuff for The Last of Us Part 1 as well. And I'm going to vote for The Last of Us Part 1 because I know how deep Naughty Dog goes into those things. I'm just assuming they did at least what they did with The Last of Us 2. And they did so much for The Last of Us 2. Best community support. Wow, I hate all these. Wow, I don't want to vote for any of these. I'm not voting for Apex Legends because I'll never be happy. Anonymous, thank you for gifting a sub to I Am Laggy. Appreciate it. Appreciate the gift sub. Laggy, welcome back. Chat, what do you guys think? What did 14 do this year? Honest to God, Fortnite. It's really hard not to vote for Fortnite. Fortnite's been going crazy. I'm not even a Fortnite guy. I don't even play the game, but it's really hard not to acknowledge how much they've put on fucking Fortnite this year. It feels like Fortnite is still ramping up. Like Fortnite came out, Fortnite came out, boomed in popularity, and then like they kept updating it for a couple years, but it feels like ever since they dropped no build mode, their support for it has actually been insane. Best mobile game: Apex Mobile, Who Cares, Diablo Immortal, Forgot You Were a Game, Genshin Impact, Marvel Snap. Marvel Snap just came out, didn't it? Tower of Fantasy. I'm going to vote Tower of Fantasy because that's really funny when Genshin's in here. Tower of Fantasy getting any love or votes when Genshin's in here is just hilarious to me, and I don't know why. How Fortnite looked at launch versus now graphics. I mean, Fortnite's been out for like 10 years, it feels like. Best indie game for our outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. Neon White, Cult of the Lamb, Sifu, Stray, Tunic. Okay. Sifu honestly deserves the world. And the people who worked on Stray did a really good job, but this is the first time I've seen Cult of the Lamb, and I want Cult of the Lamb to win something. Not fucking around, would not be upset with Sifu winning at all. Stray winning would be fine. The people who made Sifu deserve the fucking world, but I'm going to vote Cult of the Lamb on this one. Marvel Snap has me by the scrotes. Best ongoing game. Awarded the game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Evolves the player experience? Fortnite's probably still a heavy hitter, but genuinely, I'm probably picking Final Fantasy here. I don't play any of these games, chat, right? Keep that in mind. But this is just sort of from what I hear and people on my timeline, what they're saying. Games for impact. For a thought-provoking game with pro-social meaning or message. The fuck does that mean? I've never heard of any of these. Get this out of my face. That Diablo game being in mobile GOTY despite getting shit on for an insane amount of money it took to max out one character is crazy. Yeah, I hope it doesn't win shit. Genshin 100% evolves the player's experience by leaving the players homeless after long-term play. Yeah, I know Genshin will like drop a new area every now and again you can go in with new story here and there. But for the most part, don't they just drop a fuck ton of characters that you have to spend a shit ton of money on to get? Isn't that the Genshin experience? Best performance. Awarded the individual for voice over acting. Oh, for voiceover acting, motion capture, and or performance capture. Ashley Burch for Horizon. Charlotte McBurney for A Plague Tale Requiem. Christopher fucking Judge. Kratos for God of War Ragnarok. Man Engaged for Immortality. Or Sunny for God of War Ragnarok. Who does Sunny play in Ragnarok? How long has FF14 been out and it's still alive? It has to mean something. Well, FF14 launched forever ago. Did really poorly. Died. That's Atreus? Okay. I haven't played Ragnarok, but I'm going to vote Judge. I haven't played a lot of these games, so I'm going to vote Judge here. This dude just deserves every award in the world.
You know how to inflate an inflatable bear?
What?
You know how to inflate an inflatable bear?
Do you not just blow into it?
Huh?
Do you not just blow into it? Or do you need a machine? Do you have one of those that you need a machine for? You have the machine? You can't figure it out.
No.
Give me 5 minutes.
Take your time. Take your time.
Okay.
I'll see you around.
Alejandro Saab should have been nominated. What the hell was I talking about? I had something I was gonna hit on this. Alejandro Saab should have been nominated. 1 year he's gonna get it. Genshin is a multi-platform game version Legends, and all those summoned character games, there's just banners and all that. Yeah, I mean, that's Genshin, right? And then just the premise of Genshin is just to release 10 million characters all the time. I forget what I was going to say when it came to voice acting. Anyway, we're going to keep moving on. Best audio design. Recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. I've actually heard really bad stuff about Modern Warfare 2 sound design. Like, they make footsteps way too loud and shit. It's audio. I'm going to give this one to Horizon blindly, okay? I just want Horizon to get more love. Kagi was in Genshin this year. He's a really cool character, too, from the looks of things. He gets a lot of fan art. Best score in music. Okay, chat, you guys are going to have to help me with this one. Absolutely would not be shocked if it was Xenoblade. How many guys played Xenoblade? Having not really played the Xenoblade games, but watched my friends play it, would not be shocked at all if it was Xenoblade. Elden or Xenoblade? How are we feeling on the God of War soundtrack? I would be extremely surprised. I don't think Horizon won an award the year Horizon Zero Dawn came out. Zero Dawn is one of my favorite games ever. Horizon Zero Dawn was. Oh shit! Metal Hellsinger! I forgot. You guys don't know about Metal Hellsinger. Metal Hellsinger did not get enough love. Okay, for all you guys who don't know about Metal Hellsinger was a game and it plays like Doom. It plays like Doom, except there's a killer rock track in the background, like heavy metal. They've got different music and shit. I watched Ferocia play this. Metal Hellsinger, it plays like Doom, except they play music and you shoot to the beat. And if your shotgun shots or whatever gun you're using are on with the beat, they do more damage. And like, it's like Guitar Hero where like you can get streaks and your guns keep stacking as long as you keep hitting it. So like think Guitar Hero or Beat Saber combined with Doom. And you see the pulse of the music coming in. And you want to shoot with it to do more damage while it's playing some sick heavy metal tracks as a background. I completely forgot it. I completely forgot that this would... I'm so glad somebody said Metal Hellsinger in chat because none of y'all were saying that shit. It's a Doom rhythm game, but you are jumping around and shooting the whole time. Like, literally imagine Doom. If you like Doom, play Metal Hellsinger. Singer from System of a Down to the music for it, so I'm biased. Yeah, no, I'm in. It won't win the category. They'll give it to one of these other fuckheads, but like, if Metal Hellsinger was going to win any category, it 1000% deserves this, and it's not going to because not enough people know about it. That's one of those things where I'm glad this isn't a 100% fan voted thing. I'm glad that they take the fan votes, and those account for like 30% of how they vote or something like that. Because there's going to be gaming journalists who played these things and reviewers who actually played all these games who are going to know about Metal Hellsinger, and that's why Metal Hellsinger might actually win that category, and I think it deserves it. The music gets more intricate the more you hit shots. Yeah. Best art direction. Elden Ring was actually a relatively ugly looking game as far as art direction goes. It's not that the graphics were bad, it's that the game looks kind of ugly. I didn't play Scorn. I'm going to give this one to Horizon. Because I've seen enough of Horizon Forbidden West. I genuinely think and hope Horizon wins that one. Best narrative. That's got to be... honestly, this is where A Plague Tale Requiem probably deserves it, but I don't know anything about this game. So that's got to be God of War. I don't know what the Forbidden West story looks like, but I have to imagine God of War's is a little bit better. Got the shiny time this evening. Good shit, Ash. I'm glad you got your trade. Best game direction. Awarded for outstanding game vision. Game direction in general. I'm gonna be... Why is Stray nominated for so much shit? Why is Stray nominated for so much? I get it. Like, I like Stray as much as the next guy, but like, why is Stray this nominated for stuff? This felt like an indie game that like it is on here way more than it should be. Before we vote for Game of the Year, actually, let's have this discussion, okay? I love God of War. I love Horizon Forbidden West. A lot of people love Elden Ring. I like Stray a fair bit. This is the Game of the Year awards. There are 31 categories. Some of them are esports teams, some of them are esports games, some of them are esports organizations, some of them are specific players or coaches. I get that. But there are 31 categories. There are at least 25 categories dedicated specifically to games. Why the fuck is Elden Ring, God of War, Horizon, and Stray on every fucking nomination list? Why is this on every Why is that fucking Hellsinger game only nominated for one fucking thing, okay? Give other games a chance to shine, for the love of God. I know more games came out than just this. Did Sonic Frontiers not come out in time for the cut? Because I haven't seen Sonic Frontiers as an option for anything. But like, maybe you can say that like, oh, enough games didn't come out this year. But they really could have been highlighting more like indie games or more lesser known games. Metal Hellsinger should have been nominated for more than one thing, but there are a lot of games like Metal Hellsinger or like in the Metal Hellsinger tier of popularity that should have been on here more often. That vampire game nominated for indie should have been in more categories. I'm sure of it. But like, I get that these games dominate the field, but take the games that dominate the field and stick them in the big categories. Like let it go for Game of the Year. But like God of War should not be on for game direction and Game of the Year and music and all that shit. It's like, take God of War off music, right? Unless the music is like a highlight pointer specifically that good, take God of War and Horizon off music. Take Elden Ring off music, right? If it's even on there. Get like, what the fuck is Immortality? It's the first time I've seen it. Like, where, like, put more indie games up there. Put more lesser known games up there. They don't have to be indie, but games that didn't get as much attention. This should be a point to highlight games that deserve attention more. Everybody knows what God of War is. Everybody knows what Elden Ring is. They don't need all this shit. You know what I mean? The variety just doesn't exist in these Game Awards. That's my biggest complaint with this shit. Anyway, I'm voting Horizon for like the 5th time today. Game of the fucking year. Okay, love Horizon to death. No chance it's winning this. All right. Why is Stray on here again? Why is Stray on here? Why is Plague Tale Requiem in 17 categories? Love Xenoblade to death. Not a chance. Okay, this is your real Game of the Year vote right here. If you're voting for anything else, you're throwing your vote into the void, but you're saying, "Hey, I liked you guys," which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. This is your Game of the Year vote right here between these two. I believe Elden Ring is going to win. I believe when they take in the fan votes, more people have voted for Elden Ring because Elden Ring came out on all platforms. It really popped off on PC. It really popped off on PlayStation. It really popped off on Xbox, I'm sure. True Honor, thank you for your gift sub to Chip Skylark. However, I believe God of War Ragnarok's the better game. And I really hope it does win because there'd be a lot of pissed off Elden Ring fans if that happens. Okay, so my votes are just saved, right? I don't have to do all of them. My votes are just saved. I'm good. I don't actually have to do anything. I think that's solid. I think they just saved now. Venom, thank you for gifting a sub to Spader Base. Thank you guys for the gift subs. Also, Spader, welcome back, bud. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the love, guys. If you're on YouTube, that was me doing my Game of the Year award votes. If you guys have any questions, comments, discrepancies, let me know who you voted for, all that stuff. Comment section down below. If you want to go ahead and cut the video now, appreciate y'all as always. Thundershot, peace, late. See you guys next time.